Hi friends, thanks so much for joining me today. So in today's card tutorial, we're going to be making this cool fun fold card, and it opens like this. So how fun is that? Now this is just a sample, as I've been doing or trying to do. I don't do it all the time, but I put my measurements on the back of my card, so this way I know how to if I want to refer to it in the future, I can just pull this out of my drawer, out of my little box that I have all my templates in, and I can make this card again. So we're using a stamp set which is now available. It's called Fern and Flora. We're going to use the stamps and the coordinating dies. Then I'm also using phrases and frames, and I'm not using the dies with these though. Yeah, we're not going to use those dies, but I'm going to use the sentiments out of here. So actually, you know, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to take the dies out of this. Now, I did pre-stamp the floral image, and I'll show that to you, and the butterfly. And the reason I did that is I stamped it in Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and we're going to color that with our watercolor pencils. So we'll put that there. So let me take out the dies that I need. So I'm going to need this die here, and then my butterfly die. And once those are colored, I will die cut those pieces. Okay, so we're going to put that aside. And the DSP that I'm using is this fun DSP. It's called Beautiful Ordinary Life. So really love these colors. They're just so vibrant and rich and just so pretty. So pretty. Let me pull these out. So I'm actually using this sheet here, but I've got stripes and this cloud type one, quilting kind of, just some pretty zigzags with different variations of colors. We got some honeycombs and then some pretty dots. So, and the back side is actually black and white. So how cool is that? And some of them you can even color, like this one here, you can color the leaves if you like. So that's what we're using. Well, let's get started. My card base is Pretty Peacock, and I need to do some scoring on this piece. We're going to score this at 2 1/8 on both sides. So I'm going to score it first on one side, and then I'm just going to flip it around because that's just so much easier than trying to figure out, you know, what it is the other side, right? So we're just going to score that at 2 1/8. Like I said, I'm going to flip it around 180 degrees, and we're going to do that again on the other side. And you want these 2 points in the middle when you fold it to meet, but you don't want them overlapping. So you might have to do a little adjusting. All right, let's set this aside. I think I'm done with it, but just in case. So I'm just going to fold that and fold this. And let's see, it looks like they both meet in the middle, so that's good. We're just going to burnish that here, and then on the other side as well. And we'll do that again on the back. And I probably should put a piece of copy paper over this because I can see the shine already on it, which happens with darker papers, darker cardstock when you're burnishing them, or I'm sorry, when you're scoring them. So I'm just going to start by putting some pieces together in here. And let's see, what else do I need? Actually, let's take these out so that they are available when I need them. Okay. All right, let's take these pieces here. Okay, so I'm going to start by adhering pieces down. Okay, so we're going to put this aside because I want to stamp that. And I'm going to put this aside to stamp on this piece as well. These pieces are getting DSP. And it looks like I have an extra piece in here. What is? No, I got the right pieces. Okay, we're good. All right, so let me put this down in here. And there's so many different colors in here, so you can really, you know, pick even, you know, you don't have to pick the Pretty Peacock. You can go with the Lemon Lolly or maybe the Timid Tiger. I chose to do Lemon Lolly on the outer part. but you can certainly use any color that you'd like to pick up the beautiful colors in the DSP. And what's nice is that you'll know what the colors are because it's listed on the back of the packaging. It has all the colors for us right back here. It tells us all the colors that are on inside this DSP. So makes it really easy and foolproof. And one of the things I really love about Stampin' Up! Is all the color coordination. All right, so now we're going to put these pieces down here. Hope everybody is doing well. Let's see, when this video goes live, I will be in Arizona. Yep, I came back from Italy on the 6th, and I left for Arizona the following day on the 7th. I'm meeting a friend there, and we're celebrating our big birthdays. She celebrated hers last year, but because I couldn't visit her in North Carolina, I said, you know what, let's go away someplace. So we chose Arizona because I just love Arizona. I know it's hot there, but I love the colors. And we're actually going to be staying in Sedona, which I haven't been to Sedona since, oh my goodness, 1993, I think, 1990. I don't know. It's been a long, long time since I've been there. So I'm sure a lot of it has changed. So I'm really looking forward to seeing her and to going back to Arizona, which I just love to visit that state. All right, so now these pieces, put that down, are going to lay across here. But obviously you don't want to put glue on one side. So choose whether you're going to do the left here, and then one piece, which is the center piece, is going to have glue on the opposite side. So I hope that makes sense. I'm just going to lay these here right now. I'm just going to look for the spacing, and then I'm going to try to leave those pieces there. Yeah, see, they opened up, so it's all right. So I'm just going to add some adhesive to the back here. Again, making sure I don't go over that center point there. So right about there, I think should be good. And I'll lay those flat again. Then we'll hover that over there. And then just put that down. Ever so gently. And that's what the liquid glue is so good for, especially something like this, because you can wiggle it around a little bit. So now I'm going to put this on the right side. We'll add the adhesive on the right side of this piece. So we're just going to put some adhesive here, and then we'll add that to the right side. Put this piece back down here so I know where this piece is supposed to go. Okay, so right about here, I think. It's good. Yep. Okay. Just a scoosh. There we go. All right, and then that last piece is easy to put on because we know where it's supposed to go. So this is a really cool fun fold. It's kind of like, you know, one flips one way, one flips the other way, right? Very easy fun fold to make. And, you know, the possibilities are endless. If you want, you can even emboss these pieces. I can emboss them with the DSP on it. Have you ever embossed DSP? Ah, it looks so pretty when you emboss DSP. So there we go. Okay, so that's done. All right, so let's do some stamping now. Put this away. So this piece is going here. All right, let me stamp the inside first. And I might take a chance on stamping this piece because the flower, when I die cut, is going to go over to the left. So hopefully I can get that lined up correctly. All right, so I've got these both on my stamping positioner arm. You've probably seen me using this by itself. You can use it by yourself. I don't know if you know that, but you can. I mean, the main purpose of it is to, it's got these little holes in here, which you put on the pegs of the bigger stamping positioner. And then you could do like, let's say you're doing happy birthday. You're going to stamp it here, move this the next one to the next nub, happy birthday again, so on and so forth. So, but I've been using it like this, and it's been working for me. So I've got both of the stamps on here. May your day be filled with love and happiness. And then the other one is happiest birthday wishes. So I'm just going to come to the center, and then we're going to press down. Okay. Oops, didn't press down hard enough, I guess. I may have to do this on the other side. Let's see. Oops. Right about over here. And get the L's. Yeah, let's just stamp it on the other side, just to be safe. Okay, we'll try that again. Much better. All right, let me clean this off quick. And then I will stamp happiest birthday wishes on the other piece. Other side, I'll stamp happiest birthday wishes. I think my ink pad is dry. It looks like I might have to re-ink it. Right, we're going to try that anyway. So we're going to put that right up here. So, and we're going to, oops, that's crooked. Okay, right about there. That should be good. And we're good. Perfect. All right, we are done with this ink. Let me clean this off quickly. Okay. So let's set that aside. And let me color this in. So I'm using my watercolor pencils. I'm going to use, let's see, Old Olive, and I think we'll do Daffodil Delight, and where's Pumpkin Pie? There's Pumpkin Pie. I think I want to do Pumpkin Pie. All right, and let me get my Wink of Stella. That's here. And, let's start by adding some color to the butterfly, okay? I'll zoom in. Okay, and I'll just start coloring this, and then I will speed up the video because you don't need to watch me doing this, right? So we'll add some of that, then we'll add some yellow down here. Okay, so I've got that all colored in. So pretty. Now I'm going to add some Wink of Stella and move the ink around. Let me get a piece of scrap paper so I can wipe my brush in between the colors. All right, so let's start with the lighter color. We're going to start with the yellow, the Daffodil Delight, and I'm just pushing the ink around and adding some beautiful shine and sparkle. I'll come over here and do these flowers. And because I went from light to dark, I'm going to not even clean my brush. But I will clean it before I do the green. But since now I can get my mini cut and emboss machine, All right, and we can die cut these. I don't know if I could do them both at the same time. Probably could, but because I'm using the mini, might make it a little bit hard. Okay, so that's good there. Okay, so we have our pretty butterfly and our beautiful flower. Isn't that pretty? I just love that. All right, let me zoom back out a little. Whoops, wrong way. Out there. Okay, I think that should be good, right? Okay, so let's finish this off now. Put this on the inside. I've been trying something new. Instead of putting the glue in the center or all around, I was like, you know what? Let's just put it on the edge, right? It's not going to fall off. It won't fall off. And that way I am saving on glue. All right, so that is that. Now let's put this piece here. Now the question is, do I want to pop that up or leave it flat? I don't know. I think I'm going to pop it up. All right, so let's add this to the front. And perfect, look at that. And then we'll add a little butterfly right down there. Okay, I think I could get away with a regular size dimensional on the butterfly. Let's see. Yeah. We'll put the butterfly down here. And you know what, since I've got all these little pieces, I'm just going to keep going with the little pieces. I'll put this right here. Now you don't want it to overhang because then it'll get in the way of the flaps opening. So make sure that you stay within that area and not go beyond it. I'm just going to center this over here. So, and let's add some pretty dots to this. Actually, you know what? I should have. I think I'm going to use my other dots, which I don't have in here, so I will be right back. So I just decided to use the 2025-2027 in color flat pearls. We'll use a darling duckling. So let's see where it goes, right here. Okay, I'll put that here, there. I think I'm going to put the yellow one on the body, or should I go with a different color? No, I like the yellow one. That one looks really pretty. The darling duckling right there. And put the big orange one down here, the timid tiger down here. And then where else should we put another one there? Let's go with a nice. Kind of like to do like a triangle, but it's not exactly a triangle, is it? All right, we're just gonna leave it. So I hope you enjoyed that card. I think it looks beautiful. Let me know what you think about it. And then it just opens like this to reveal your perfect message inside, and then it closes again and it stands perfectly for display. How pretty is that? Mantle worthy for sure. Friends, thanks so much for watching my video, for liking, commenting, and be sure to share it with your friends. Until next week, have a great week. Bye-bye.